a lot of this is new to me, and a lot of it is old. You know, it's just the way my life is going like that. And it's all wonderful. And now I'm at a point where so many things are opening up, especially in the last 5-6 months. I've completed school to the point that I want to be for the moment. Business is just going in different directions. And when I'm focused, I'm real positive, real clear, and real secure in me and what I want to do. But it's always staying focused that I'm having a problem with. Because then I lose it.
Well, not
and start
really.
to get
Let us
back.
tell you why. We want to explain to you why it's not hard to stay focused. Law of attraction is making it really easy to stay focused on whatever vibration is dominant. So what you really meant was, it's hard for me to stay focused on the vibrations that feel good.
Yes.
Because I've been practicing the vibrations that feel bad more.
Yeah.
That's all. So what's the obvious solution?
Eliminate
Practice the
them.
ones that
Right.
feel good more.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. And you know, it's not about, sometimes people say, well, Abraham, when I was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, 50, I practiced those things that don't feel good. And now, in this year that I've turned 51, how much can I undo about what I've done before? And we say, your power is in your now. During all of that time, you were launching rockets of desire, and your future experience is full of an amazing scenario that you are walking toward. So right now, as you concentrate on feeling good, you let in all the good stuff that you've been launching for a long, long time. That's why you can feel this momentum going. You've been a powerful wanderer and a powerful creator for a long time. You are just now beginning to become a powerful allower, which means it's going to feel to you, it's our promise, it's going to feel to you like all that stuff that's been lined up outside your door is now sweeping into your experience. And for a little while, it's going to take your breath away because so much is going to happen so fast.
That's exactly what I mean. It's very overwhelming. And I'm going to use the word depression, but that's not the word. But when I go there, just
Go
getting
where?
back-
When I go where?
Not what I call focus, not in the positive all the time. Feeling scared
Well,
about some of these things.
first of
you know?
all, we want to say to you that don't try to be constantly aware of your point of focus or even of the way you feel in the sense that you are feeling that it's fragile and feeling that it's critical and feeling that your every thought is going to come back and slap you down.
Right.
In other words, you have all this leeway. You live in an environment of well-being. Well-being is the order of your experience. You are a blessed being, and so much is going so well. So you're always on this quest of fine-tuning, but you don't have to clean it all up today. You're just doing the best you can to feel as best you can while you're focused upon this and while you're focused upon that. It really is about just wanting to feel as good as you can about whatever subject is before you, or change the subject. And we encourage a little bit of both. If it's a subject that makes you feel bad every time you think about it, we would start with things that are easier. But if it's a subject that really comes up often, things to do with money come up really often, things to do with your body come up really often. So if it's a subject that you can't get out of your consciousness, it keeps coming up, then it's really worth training your mind to be positively optimistic as you focus, you see. So what is it that you're wanting to work on? Lots of things are happening. What is
Right.
it that you would most like to clean your vibration up about?
Well, it's twofold, and I think they go together. One is my insecurities in business that I'm about to move into, and how they're going to work out, and then my lack of knowledge, which I need to gain on some.
All right, so I have a question
Yeah.
for you.
Okay.
Do you believe that you have creative control of your experience?
Ultimately, yes. Yeah.
Do you know how it is that you affect an outcome? You practice a positive thought until it's the thought that comes most easily.
Yes.
So if thoughts that don't feel good keep coming up, don't take action yet, because the vibration's all screwy and it's not going to turn out well. But that doesn't mean you have to put it off forever, just for 15 minutes till you've cleaned up your vibration. You see.
Yes, I do.
All right, so we want to go back. Our friend has arthritis in her hips that are painful. She can feel frightened while she has arthritis in her hips, or she can feel hopeful while she has arthritis in her hips. And the arthritis in her hips is dependent upon whether she feels fearful or hopeful. You get that? Mm-hmm. You can have a potentially wonderful business and feel fearful. Or you can have a potentially wonderful business and feel hopeful. And the difference between fearful and hopeful makes the difference between how fast it will be a wonderful business. In other words, you could choose a business that almost everybody fails at. And you could take an emotional journey where you think you will succeed. And a business that almost everybody fails at, you could have enormous success because you took an emotional journey and got yourself into a place of expectation. The universe has to give you what you expect and always does. But we're here to teach you that you have to train yourself into positive expectation. And we can feel that you're doing what so many people do. You're observing and then having a vibrational response. So since you're observing a future experience that you don't know the outcome, then you're letting yourself go all kinds of different ways. Train yourself to only expect to succeed. Have you ever listened to Donald Trump talk?
Yeah.
Do you ever hear him say, "I hope it works out"?
No.
What do you hear him say? This is a juggernaut. This is a massively wonderful idea. This is one of the best ideas that I've ever had. This is the best building that's ever been built in the city of Tampa. This is the best thing that I've ever sent my attention to. I hire the best people and I get the best results and things always go well for me. In other words, he does not allow himself to talk about what went wrong or what might not go right. He's trained his vibration, and because he's trained his vibration, things work out well for him relative to the vibrations that he's trained. And we could give you endless examples of that. Anybody that succeeded at anything came to a place of expecting success. So the big question is, how do I expect success in a venue where I've never had any experience? Or how do I expect success when I haven't had success? Or how do I expect success when I haven't been trained in that particular arena? And we say, you train yourself into expecting it by thinking a thought and seeing how it feels. Oh, this thought feels hopeful. Oh, this thought feels scary. Oh, this thought feels uncomfortable. And as you focus and feel, focus and feel, focus and feel, and your only intent is to take an emotional journey right now that feels good. Before you know it, you feel really good. And about then, you start getting ideas. You start feeling inspiration that's such perfect timing that when you make those phone calls, things line right up. The universe organizes circumstances and events to accommodate you, but you've got to line up the energy first, or nothing happens in action that will please you. That was good.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
You cannot stop preferring. It's happening at many levels of your being. And these preferences are then emitting from you. It is like desiring something and not necessarily speaking about it. You can be hungry and emitting a vibration that is calling for food. You can be overfed and offering a vibration that is asking for a ceasing of food. You can be lonely and offering a vibration that is asking for companionship. You can be overwhelmed with people in your life and you could be asking for some solitude. And whether you are talking about it or not, you and every consciousness, which includes the one-celled amoeba in the ocean, every consciousness is having its personal experience and is coming to personal, selfish, wonderful thing, conclusion, and Source is answering every one of those preferences. So the real question that we're wanting to ask you here today, and your answer is so important, is, have you come to the place yet where even those unfulfilled, not yet manifested desires are pleasing to you? If you can say yes, then you may leave. If you can say yes to that, then you are now finally understanding who you are and what this creative experience is all about. If you can say, yes, of course I want more money. Yes, of course I want an improved relationship. Yes, of course I would like to live in a house that includes these other wonderful options. However, I am not unhappy where I stand. I am eagerly anticipating the universal circumstances and events which will provide the platform by which I can receive all of these wonderful things. But as I stand right here, right now, I am not unhappy about the absence of something wanted. You know, in a vibrational universe, there is no such thing as exclusion. Everything is yes. When you look at something that you want and you say yes to it, you include it in your vibration. But when you look at something you don't want and you say no to it, you include it in your vibration. If you want more money, but you are so aware that you don't have enough money, so what you're talking about is not enough money. You're talking about how expensive things are. You're talking about how that person has money and they don't deserve it. They inherited it from their dead mother. Never had to work a day in their life. They have no real work ethic. They're just rich buggers. When you have those feelings that feel bad to you when you feel them, when you think thoughts that feel bad when you think them, you're not a vibrational match to what you think you want. You cannot be beating the drum of not enough money and writing affirmations, I want more money, I will have more money is making its way to me, because the way you feel is your true indicator of what your vibrational offering is. And there are so many of you who are offering contradictory vibrations. And do you know, that's the only thing that ever hinders you. It's the only thing that keeps you from the things that you are really wanting. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing with their vibration. That does not affect you. It only matters what you are doing with your vibration. So you cannot desire something and notice that it isn't coming without offering two contradictory vibrations that won't let it come. Interesting, isn't it? So how do you get something that you don't have? You've got to stop feeling grief over not having it. You've got to be all right about not having it. You've got to get excited about the evolution of your experience. You have to develop an attitude and really mean it that says, I'm wonderful, things are perfect as they are and getting better every day. You have to feel it and really mean it, because if you're saying it and don't mean it, if you're saying it and you don't feel it, then you've got contradictory vibration going on within you. You cannot feel overwhelmed and have things get easier. Your overwhelmment is your indication that you're offering a vibration that is not letting it get easier. And you can complain all day, every day. You usually do. You can get all kinds of people to help you. It won't help you. You can put all kinds of action into place. There's not enough action in the world to buck your contradictory current. So, we call this gathering the art of allowing, but what it really is the art, the game, the process, the method of cleaning up my vibration. That's what it is. It's cleaning up my vibration so that when I say I want something, I'm a vibrational match to what I say I want, not to its opposite. Now, when you think about it, when do you most want more money? When something has happened that makes you aware that you don't have enough. So, right off the bat, you're fighting an uphill battle, aren't you? When do you most want to be well? When do you make your affirmations? When do you write it down? When do you resolve, besides New Year's Eve, when do you resolve that things will get better for you? Isn't it always when they are at their heightened worst place? So we want to help you let yourself off the hook by acknowledging that, of course, there's going to be contradictory energy when you are standing in the middle of something you don't want. And isn't it a wonderful thing that standing in the middle of something that you don't want makes you clarify what you do want? This is a wonderful first step. But now, this experience, whatever it is, you got sick, you got a diagnosis, you can't pay your bills, your cat got run over, your lover left you, something has happened that has brought you to a sharpened awareness that you want improvement. And what we want you to hear is that that sharpened awareness means so very much. Because if you can begin in your heightened awareness that there is something that you want to beat the drum of what you want, now you've got it. In other words, something happened which makes you know that you want something different. If you can begin to talk about that something different and sort of flesh it out with examples or memories, or ask your friends, have you had any successful experience relative to this? What will begin to happen in the moment of your awareness of your heightened desire is you will begin to clean up your vibration, and the universal forces will begin to deliver circumstances and events to show you evidence that you are beginning to clean up your vibration. If you don't, you just stand in this tortured place where things continue to be pretty much as they are. Different places, different faces, but the essence of what you're living does not change very much, you see.